Hi there. You have joined us again, and I appreciate you doing that. Welcome back. Sorry you couldn't be here today. Happy Election Day. I'm sorry I didn't make a video yesterday. I actually intended on making one yesterday, but time got away from me, and unfortunately there were other priorities that kind of were brought up. So I got you your virtual background right here, but you don't need to see that. This is, oh man, it's doing the thing again. Eek. That's okay. Yep, show my face just like that. That's all right. Pause a second. All right, got a little square to go away. So, hi. So kind of catch you up, November, let's see, October 30th. The video was posted to get us through the rest of the notes for chemical equations. We did the indicators of a chemical reaction, listed those 5 indicators of a chemical reaction, among other things, and so that is where we're picking up today. We're not really picking up so much, that's where we left off. That was all the notes. We just had some more practice doing those worksheets that were assigned Thursday and Friday for balancing chemical equations. Lots of different practices going on there. Yesterday, Monday, we started off with just some more type of questions that actually I'm going to show you in a second. We did some questions on the 5 indicators. I'm going to show you that in a second. So actually, let's just get straight to it. If we're going to do it, let's get straight to it. Here we go. This was yesterday's do now. So I'm awfully tight right here. All right, this was yesterday's do now. I believe that's it. Yep. We had the 5 indicators of reaction was the do now. How will you ensure you remember those? Because that's obviously going to be super important. What are the biggest hindrances to balancing any chemical equations? We looked at a few of those. The biggest hindrances were of my strategies when to write H2O in the format HOH. And the answer is that anytime you have an equation where on one side there's an OH, and then on the other side, the side with water, H2O, there's no OH. It's buried into the H2O. And so all that means is you rewrite H2O into HOH because you can balance the whole polyatomic sets of things. What I need from you right now, if you're having trouble with this, with practicing on those types of reactions, is to actually see what you're doing when you're doing it. So if you have you're working on this balancing chemical equations worksheets, I need you to actually send me questions, send me pictures of your process and your thought process on doing them. So I can adjust course as needed. But you've got to be vigilant. I mean, this is part of what happens. This is what we gotta have is my reasonable affiliations that I'm going to actually give to you this alternative situation. I'm going to provide for you these videos, these tutorials, and so I need you to respond by doing the things I ask you to do, looking at the notes, looking at the worksheets, and then sending me questions as you have them. That's how the interactive thing is actually going to work. It's how this is going to be most reasonable. Anyway, what you'll notice is that Wednesday, which is now tomorrow, based on the filming of this video and when it's uploaded, that's 11/4. That's okay. It'll be remote as well. We have to have it done by Friday, so if it counts for everybody, it's got to count for you too. Otherwise, we're going to create a whole new set of things that go on. So I'm speaking to you. If you are not here, you'll have till Friday to take it. It'll be on zip remote, just like we normally do, except for the majority of this thing is actually on pen and paper, so we'll go from there. Other hindrances were when to double it in the combustion style one. Whenever you have combustion and you basically want to use a decimal as a coefficient, you should just double all the coefficients you've already written and plug it in and then test it out. Always double check after you put your coefficients in. If you're not confident, you should always go back and double check your numbers that have worked it out right. Those were our biggest hindrances, other than the fact of the skill itself for this unit, which is how do I know what coefficient to put? Well, that's the skill of this unit, is you put the coefficient that helps to balance. So I feel like that's kind of redundant. Anyway, what are 3 problems with the practice worksheets you need help? I just worked through a few other problems, and I'll show you some of those answers here in a second. So for example, from let's see, worksheet right here. This is worksheet 1. Starts with these little small parts. It's 2 to a page though, so yours is smaller. This is worksheet 1. These problems right here, we have to do the prediction and the writing. It gives you a nice combination of things. This one, we have number 6 from it. So number 6 was right here. Okay, and then of course, here's the key to it. Walk you through the process a little bit. Bottom line, we start with the H's. Say there's 9 times 2 makes 18 H's, check. Then we go C's. Because this is CHO, CH and O's only in the reaction, it's a combustion. That means we start with H's, then do C's, then do O's last in this case. This is one of our rules. When we're balancing, in our rules, right, C, only CHO, that's where we go right there. Only CHO, let's go, HC. So that's what's going on there. Let's see, then we have, so we start with H's, made it 18, start with C, went to C's, made it 8. Then we would have had to plug in a 12.5. That wouldn't work. So instead we doubled the 12.5 to make it 25, doubled the 1 in front of C8, H18, doubled the 8, made it 16, doubled the 9, made it 18, and that solved number 6. So that was number 6 from that worksheet. There's number 9 from that worksheet. I just started with the polyatomics, balanced the polyatomics first in 9, and then got those numbers. Let me know if you have questions about why I wrote what I wrote. That's just how this is just more practice on chemical bonding, writing the formulas. There's 11. Pause and take a look if you need to. There's 13. There's 14. Also 13, you have to rewrite it as nitrogen dioxide. So I asked questions on Friday and Monday. Which ones did you want me to do for you or with you? So that's why you're getting a lot of these already. 16, 17, and then it goes into the next worksheet, which is, for you, we call it, oh, that's not it. It's called number 4 on yours, maybe. Oh, there it is. This one with the multiple just balancing, that's worksheet number 2. And then, let's see which ones we got. Some here, number 2 from there. And number 5 from that worksheet. Notice just like OH is buried in there, HPO4 is buried in this one as well. You can walk through my process there. Ask me questions about how I wrote it. HPO4 wasn't on both sides, so I uncovered it from buried inside the H3PO4 because it's still functional. You can see my process of how the ions worked out. That is how I would have asked a question just like that using those same subunits. 7, then 16, 6, I don't know which one that is. Oh, 6 again. Then this was from the other worksheet. This is from worksheet 3. Oh, not that one, it's called worksheet 3 actually. Where you write the word equation and balance the one given. If it's a skeleton, these are called skeletons. These are called word equations. By context, you could probably pick that up. But word equations down here, skeletons up here. You just provide the opposite. And of course, balance the skeleton. And then on the line, list the type. That's what the instructions say also, but it's still forgotten for many purposes. And I'm going to show you the key on that one too, so here it comes.